We got this. We got this. Can he land the dismount? Yes. There we go. Hey! Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in Rust. Talking about the Rust Console Edition for the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox, next gens, current gens, and everything in between. And today we're talking about Rust Console news. Some of it's reviews, some of it's new, as you know. So the biggest thing right now is over on the Xbox side of things. We've just recently gotten patch 105 that's addressed some glitches, some exploits, and everything else. And it came up rather quick, but PlayStation was on hold. So the next question is, where is the PlayStation patch, the PS4 patch, the PS5 patch for 1.0.5? The best estimate is going to be next week, which would be starting August 16th, 2021. Let's future-proof this. So just, look out there. It looks like it just needs to pass certification. There are a couple tweaks there. So everything barring it not bouncing, it should be next week, and that should bring a lot of quality of life in for all of the players across the board. Now, if you are experiencing this happen on Xbox and PlayStation, and people are unable to open boxes initially, so what I would recommend doing is hard resetting the box, so holding the power button for 10 seconds, both Xbox and PlayStation, or you can just unplug it and plug it back in. That'll work as well. And then sign back into the server. That should fix things. Some of our people ran into the same thing, so just so you know. Okay. So we're going to go over a whole slew of things that we do know. There's some things that we don't know. We have some speculation. I think outright, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, oil rig. Now, we still don't know when this is going to come out, but I did a piece on this, and there's some compelling evidence there to show you that it's in the works. I will go ahead and link that video now for oil rig in the upper right-hand corner, if you want to go ahead and check that out. Okay, so now we're looking at one of the bigger questions right now is, when's a BP wipe, and when is the skin store? The long and the short of it is we don't know yet. But, I mean, the BP wipe, we know it's going to happen during the Tech Tree update and quite possibly the Power Surge update. And as far as I understand it, it looks like Power Surge is coming before Tech Tree update. And if you're wondering what the Tech Tree update is, you know how we research things on the bench like experiments? Well, what's cool is it gives you another option. It takes away the old school experimenting phase that used to be right here, and it will turn into a tree itself based off of the Workbench. And that is pretty great, not gonna lie. So yeah, right now we still currently have, or we just recently got the ability to pick up workbenches, which by the way did come in with the Tech Tree update on PC back in the day. So anybody who's like, man, 2018 Rust doesn't have what PC had in 2018, I was like, not true. We actually have, our hybrid copy is more beefed out than what we had in 2018, so it's actually looking up. All right, so let's see. Tech Tree update will be that. I'm sure there'll be some other amenities that are along with it. As far as, let's see. Best way to handle this. Okay, skin store. Still kind of up in the air. I know it was supposed to come in right after, but they said they want to focus on performance and everything else, which I fully support. So that could be at any time, really. After 105 or during 105, who really knows? I am anxious for it, yes, because we got the Ultimate Edition too. We're all anxious to get some cool some skins. Like, this one looks pretty legit, right? And also, we won't get our garage doors, I don't think, until the skin store update comes in. If you play during the beta, there'll be a special garage door skin that'll come out, which I'm very excited about. That'll be great. Okay, so let's see. We've got Power Surge update. I'm going to go ahead and click over to this here. And I know a lot of you have seen this before, but check it out. The Power Surge update is going to be key, and I think this is the one that's coming in first. Oh wait, you know what? Did I answer the wipe question? The BP wipes, real quick. My goodness, I'm so excited about this. I'm like, what? So BP wipes, which are blueprint wipes. Currently, we're all having soft wipes. You lose everything but your blueprints every wipe cycle, whether you're on weekly or monthly, depending. BP wipes will most likely come in with a major content update, so like Power Surge or Tech Tree update. They have confirmed that Tech Tree update is going to have a wipe. So every major content update, I think, is going to have a wipe. So since Power Surge is supposed to be before Tech Tree, I'm going to assume that we're going to have one coming up. But anyways, so not yet, but soon. So hang on there. And anybody who's like, hey, I want to experience what it's like to do a BP wipe, this is what we tell people because we play on the console all the time. We literally jump servers all the time, from monthlies to weeklies and back and forth. So try it out, man. I'm telling you, it's going to help your game tremendously. So just give it a shot. And if you're a solo player, I do have a Arrow Vault-based build. I will go ahead and link that now in the upper right-hand corner. It's to help you against those bullying Zerg tribes that are 4-man plus that like to squash the smaller players, the solo players. It should help you out. But anyways, okay, so Skin Store up in the air. Power Surge is last time I checked, should be slated for the next piece that's coming through. Now, this is an older post, but we've got, this is supposed to be, well, it was supposed to be 105, but we had like that sub patch, so it's most likely going to be 106. But what's cool about this is going to bring electricity, right? So, oh wait, here, they talk about the major updates right here. Minor updates, major updates, first console edition. Each update will have a central theme, making it feel more like game expansions rather than content updates. Major releases will be around 8 to 10 weeks apart from one another. And I know they're still trying to stabilize, so this is off a bit. It will not follow the same timeline in terms of content as Face Punch's version of Rust. They already told us they're going to pick and choose things. And then it said, we'll try to prioritize the highly requested features, but some of them may not make it into the game anytime soon due to hardware limitations. First major update will be Power Surge. Okay, so unless they change it, Power Surge is going to be the electricity update. And more on that later, but it's going to bring in things like your turrets will have to be powered. You'll have switches that control certain things. Oops, I keep hitting F like a not smart guy. Yeah, more on that later. So Power Surge is actually going to be huge. It's going to change a lot about how you play the game. So most likely we're going to get the BP wipe, and Power Surge is going to usher that in with it. So here's the other thing as a side note, and they don't really say this, but Staging Branch is going to follow. Most likely we're going to see Staging Branch just before the Power Surge update comes out. So anywhere between 105 and the next update, we'll most likely see Staging Branch, which means we'll see Power Surge in Staging Branch. What is that? It's experimental or a testing area before they release the major version. It helps you kind of test things, but more importantly, we get to see what some of that new content is for the PlayStation and Xbox, which is going to be great. Right now, if you did the, what is it, Deluxe or Ultimate Edition, Deluxe was basically a standard cost of a game. So if you bought Deluxe, you all have access to it. So whenever that comes out, I have my suspicions that part of the reason why 104 and 105 took a hot minute is because they're getting this ready and Power Surge. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, they're on top of the updates already. I mean, shoot, we just got 105, and hopefully Sony gets theirs sooner than later. Okay, so first major update, we got Power Surge, that's coming in. So really what I'm saying is after 105 comes through, this is the one we're looking for, and most likely we might see staging after that. Or during, I'm sorry. And right here they talk about how staging will not be available. All right, so check this out. Another thing that people have been talking about is monuments. We had Train Yard, we had, was it Supermarket? What was the other one? Was it the power plant? Which are key now, I get that. So what we're looking at here is, I just had this. There you are. Was it Train Yard? Water treatment plant, that's huge. The reason why these are huge now is because the only red card monument we currently have is the power, or not the power plant, jeez, is the launch site. And launch site requires a blue key card. So things like water treatment plant can help you find those blue key cards if you complete that puzzle. So these are key. I have another feeling that these will kind of trickle in either just before this update or during the Power Surge update. So like a 106 maybe. We'll have to wait and see because currently the quick patch was 105. So we'll, I think that's sooner than we think, just because it was working. They just had to add a little bit more polish on there. Again, the oil rig and cargo ship. Oil rig and cargo ship are kind of in the same vein. Again, that video I linked earlier can kind of help give you some perspective on that. But I wouldn't expect that anytime soon. What's really cool, though, if we kind of go over to the oil rig slash, well, not oil rig, but horse and helicopter transportation, things like our small heli or even scrap transport here, that falls under transportation. They did specifically call out that they were testing those things already. So I have a feeling sometime after Power Surge we'll hear about it. I don't think it will happen immediately, but I do think that it will creep in, and they'll be like, hey, here's our roadmap, here's what's possible, here's what's not possible right now. Where is this? I know I had it up here somewhere. They were talking about specifically like transportation. It's right here, accessibility. Well, anyways, that's the gist of it. We don't necessarily have to. There it is. Transportation like horse and cargo. I'm sorry, not cargo. Things like horses, for example. I have a feeling we'll probably see horses first because that's kind of what we got over on the console version, or geez, the PC version. And that is a little bit less resource intensive. But but we'll have to wait and see. But I would say expect a horse before a helicopter, but I mean, obviously, secretly I'm hoping for a helicopter first because those are the best. But anyways, so that's kind of a rough timeline. It's going to be Power Surge. We'll most likely see Staging Branch somewhere in between there, just before Power Surge. Monuments could be at any time between now and like a month or two from now. I have a feeling they'll just kind of drop those in between one of the patches is my gut feeling. Tech Tree is most likely the one after Power Surge unless they say otherwise, and we already know BP wipes are going to happen for Tech Tree, and I don't see why it wouldn't happen for Power Surge as well. So keep that in mind. And remember, once this gets on a regular cadence, a regular rhythm, we're going to see more BP wipes, which, as you've played now, you are totally for. I know, right? Like, most of the population is like, yeah, 100%. Why wouldn't we want that? Yeah, it does make the game more interesting, and it kind of keeps those giant zergs in check, because then everybody has to reset. One of the other things here we don't have on the list is community servers. We're not really sure when that's going to come in. Again, that could creep in at any time. Rest assured, we will have our own personal server that does both events that are both live streamed, things like raiding, things like arena, and then we'll have another one that's slightly tweaked vanilla versions, possibly a bi-weekly, which I think a lot of people are all about. So again, that kind of answers the question. When are they going to bring in bi-weekly servers? Last I checked, they said no. They're going to kind of rely on the community servers to do something like that. So you can always look to the Boyfriend Squad server. We're definitely going to be doing something like that. So and we're going to keep it probably vanilla, maybe some slight tweaks to the rules, but for the most part, it's going to be vanilla bi-weekly, which I think will be pretty awesome. I think a lot of people can get behind that. Anyways, let's see. So we got Staging Branch, Monuments, BP Wipe, Skins, Power Surge, Tech Tree. So yeah, that's the gist of it so far. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was kind of burning questions out there. I know the 104 update and up really helped the core systems with performance, with spacing out the corn and the seeds and the pumpkins. I told people this live on stream many times. I'm like, hey, don't forget that PC version of this in 2018, they also had a problem with performance and pumpkins. We're to the point where they literally had to disable pumpkins on the server, and it was only corn. So just know some of the struggles, some of the pains we're going through are also happening or have happened over on the PC side. So, you know, it's okay. The game's still fun to play, I promise. You know what I mean? You see us playing it all the time. So anyways, if you found this useful and helpful, be sure to drop a like. If you think this is something you would like to watch in the future, consider dropping that subscribe and turning on those notifications. We'll have many more updates and videos and live streams over in the console version. I know we've been kind of dipping over with some of the new titles that have been out, like the Microsoft Flight Simulator on console. We've been messing around with a little Starbase, but primarily we're going to be back on Rust, of course. So be on the lookout for that. Also some more base builds and stuff coming through that'll help both solo players and groups, smaller groups. So, you know, keep a heads up for that. And if you're subscribed with those notifications on, you'll know about it. All right, so hopefully we'll see you in the next one. Love you, bye. We're going to try to fly this big old scrappy boy out of here. Yeah, so heads up. Hopefully next week we're going to hear some more news on what's coming through the pipeline. Fingers crossed, right? All right, we'll catch ya. Peace. But I think it'd be a lot better if we just crashed this thing. What do you think?